Hey everyone, it's Krista here with Blooms and Brushstrokes. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, thank you for joining us and joining along to watch the tutorial. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. It really means the absolute world to me. As I've said in the last video, I recently got monetized, which I don't really know what that means. The only thing I know is that I can make some money off of YouTube now. How that looks, I don't know. I have to really look into it a little bit better, but I just want to say thank you to you all that have already been engaging, commenting, sending me. They're like super comments, so you can, I think that you can pay to send a super comment or something like that. I gotta really look into it, but you guys really have shown me such an incredible amount of love already. I have imposter syndrome so bad right now that it is, I feel so flattered. I'm a bit at a loss for words because it really means a lot to me. The biggest reason I do this YouTube channel is because one, it makes me accountable to paint. It is one way that for me, it's just, you know, sometimes when we do hobbies and we can fall off a bit, it's definitely for that. But more than that, painting has been such a huge part of my life for almost ever. But it has been a huge part of a healing journey, coming back home to myself. It has been so crucial in helping me through some really interesting, diverse times through my life. And if it wasn't for painting, sometimes I don't know what I would do. But I know the power of creating and being creative. And so I share what I do so that in hopes that I can help other people experience the same thing that I've experienced through being creative, through painting, through exploring color, and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for supporting me. It truly, truly, truly means more than I could ever say to you guys. And I know that probably sounds kind of crazy, but it is the absolute truth. So thank you for all of the love and support. It definitely is not lost on me. So today we are going to do a painting of a tulip, perhaps two, and maybe we'll throw in some pussy willow, which I have here. So we don't have any flowers blooming here yet in Saskatchewan. We still have snow on the ground. We've had a really interesting spring so far, but I did pick these up at the local grocery store. It was $5 a bunch, so I grabbed some. And so we're going to paint them because it's Easter weekend and tulips are such a spring Easter flower. I thought about doing the Easter lily, but I'm a little behind on that because when this airs, it's going to be Tuesday, which is after Easter weekend, but just fine. In the summertime, the lilies bloom beautifully out here, so I will get some photos and then we'll do a nice lily in that loose kind of dot technique. I think that'll be really fun to do. So I decided I will do tulips because they're in my house right now, and so why the heck not? So if you guys want to join me in this tutorial, go ahead, get all your supplies. I'm using that Canson watercolor paper that I've cut up. Again, that's that big, huge pad that I had, and I've just cut it up into smaller pieces to make it more useful to me because I'm not doing these massive paintings. And then I have a variety of brushes, which I will likely use my number 8 Aqua Elite for the most part, my number 1 script, my 10-0. And then the other thing I'm going to show you guys, I have put those tubes of paint, those Silpakorn paints from Thailand, into this pan set that I got from Thailand. So I've put those in there, 6 of them. Then I've also put in, I had tubes of this Rowney watercolor paint and they were doing me nothing. So I thought I'll put them in here and then I'll play around with them. I don't know how good they are. They're very, very old. Some of them are really clumpy and weird, but I'm going to try them out anyways because I had them. And I was going to do a whole entire video on how I put them into these pans. And I do have footage of it. So instead of doing a specific video just for that, if you guys want to see that, I'm going to put it at the very end of this video. So after it says, thank you for watching, after that, I will have the footage of me putting them into the pans there. I kind of got uninspired. It took about a week for them to set up in this pan set to be able to use. Or you could use them at any time, but I wanted to wait till they were hard, like a little harder, more firm. So anyways, they're ready to roll now. So I'm going to use those paints today. I don't know how great they are. So, and I haven't swatched them out. So the, swatched out. Yeah, I haven't swatched them out yet. So I will tell you kind of roughly the color that I am using. However, I don't have them swatched out, so I can't tell you. But I also have labeled them on this side. Just again, just use what you have that would be similar if you want to kind of replicate what we're doing. And if you want to just use whatever color you want to use that. There's no right or wrong. It's mostly in the technique that we're going to do. And we're going to do the same kind of dot technique that we've been doing. Keep it fun. This will be a quick, easy little tutorial that we can all do in practice and do it in many different colors. So get all your supplies together and then let's get rolling on the tulip tutorial. Okay, so we are all set up here to go. And yeah, I think we're going to use these as inspiration. You know, they're white and purple, so it's not really great using, they're white and purple. So I think I'm going to do, like, I'm still going to use the purple, kind of whitish, but we're going to maybe incorporate a little bit of like a gray in there to give a little bit of dimension. This is our inspo pick, but our inspo flower, but we're going to make the flower a little more open, not so closed up, but it's not doing it naturally yet. So I don't know if it will. These ones haven't really been opening up too well. So we're going to do 2 of them. I don't know if we'll add Pussy Willow in, but we'll see. We're going to start with 2 flowers, keep it simple. And then if we feel so inspired, we'll add a little bit of that into there, but we'll start with these flowers. So I have activated my watercolor paints. I've got those ready to go. I'm curious how these bad boys are going to work out. Oh boy. Already, you got too much black on there. So I'm going to mix up some of the white with some of the black. Oh, she's going to be, I used too much black. But anyways, we're going to mix up quite a bit of that just so that we're working with a color that's not just white. But we want to dilute it a ton. So we're not going to be getting it too gray. We want it to be like gray, but not like a charcoal. More like a soft. So you're going to add quite a bit of white into that. Okay, so we're going to use that. You can grab a piece of paper. Oh, this one's already got a little orange splatter on it. And you can just try it out. It's going to be soft, but that's what we want. I'm excited to use all these paints. It's been so long. Some of these, I don't even know how they're going to look, but that's kind of what we want for that. For that color, it can be a little bit darker, but you don't want it to be too muddy. So I think that's going to be beautiful. In fact, if we wanted, we could add just a teeny little bit of that. That's a lot. It's that Silpakorn violet. We could add just a little bit of that into there to give it even just a hint of violet. Just a hint, like why not? Yes, we're going with that. I don't know why. I just think it's a little bit more exciting than just gray. Okay, so get your little tub kind of mixed up. You're going to want a little bit in there because we're going to do 2 flowers and not too much purple because we're going to add in like the darker bits of purple as well. Like we're going to add dots of those as well. So we're going to start with 1 flower very first, and we're just going to start over here. Same thing, just go and put down, let's do 4 of those dots of that gray purple. Then we're going to go in there with the Silpakorn one, get some water on your brush, and we don't want to be too much pigment. We want to dilute that a bit as well. We want to add some softness. That's probably good. Let's see, we'll get our paper out. Yeah, that's enough. So we're going to add a couple dots of that. But in these tulips, it's predominantly white. So clean off your brush, get it cleared up, And then we're going to start with one big tulip petal on the side, like so. Clean off your brush again. You can hear text in the background. We're going to go up the other side, and then one kind of up the center. Get a little bit of that more gray. We're going to dab that down there, and then we're going to actually have them coming off to this side a little bit. It's going to be hard to see because it's quite light, but you're basically going to have it just opening up a teeny bit if you guys can see that. We're going to go in and add a little bit. Oh, that's interesting what we got going on here. These paints could be interesting for sure. As they don't, in the swatch when I swatch, they don't blend very good when I tested them out. So that could be interesting. I kind of forgot about this purple one being weird. Anyway, so in the wetness, we're just going to go and add a little bit of that, a little more of that darker violet purple. And we're just going to add that in here. And just add a little bit of it. I don't know if I'm going to love this paint, but hey, we're into it now. I'm just going to kind of rub that around and just soften it. I think that's the only thing I can do with this. We'll go in and add detail. I wanted to add a little bit more flow, but I forgot that that purple one doesn't flow super good. That's okay. So we've got one there already. I will go on and do another one kind of over on this side, kind of opening up that direction. So same kind of technique. And as you guys can see, like when it wasn't really working out for me, I just went in there with quite just a damp brush and not too wet because you don't want it to pool. So you want to make sure that the droplets of water are off, but you can kind of go in and just manipulate the color a little bit better. So when you don't have, you know, great quality paper, great quality paint, it's not blooming that well, you can go in and just play around with it. You don't have to worry too much. I mean, this is just a practice thing. Looks good to me. I like how that looks all around. It's not a painting I'm going to sell, but for practice, that's just perfect the way that it is. So get your brush wet again and, you know, clean it off a couple times. You can see the water on there, but it's not dripping off the end. And we're going to go and pick up that purpley gray again. And I like that 4 dots on there, and quite a bit, the dots can be quite big. And then we're going to go with this violet again. And I'm going to add a little bit more violet so that I don't have to add too much in after, because of the blending capacity. It's not great, or blending ability, I should say. Okay, so we've got that one. Same thing, we're going to go up the one side here, clean off our brush. We're going to go up the middle with that one and come down the side with what was remaining on the brush. We can add a little bit more in there. It's probably not going to blend super great. It's probably going to have to go in and do that little bit of that work there. I think we can add a little bit more on this one side. So I'm going to go add another dot of that light purple gray. Oopsies, that was not what I wanted to happen. That happens though. There's a little blip there, but that's okay. We'll add a little bit of purple in there. Clean off your brush, and we're going to come up. So that one's just a little bit, it's going to be a little bit bigger. And not so same, just a little bit different shape. Okay, you can see where that water is kind of, it creates a little bit of havoc with the paint. It doesn't blend into the other paints super nicely. So we kind of got to go in and just blend it a bit. That's fine, but that's not something I love. That's a-okay. We can do this with different paints and have a bit better of an outcome. We can do something like this with better paper as well. So, okay, so we've got our 2 tulips done. Now we're going to go in and we're going to put in our green stem, and our green leaves. And then once everything dries, we can go in and add some detail with the purple a little bit more because these have quite a bit of detail in them. So that'll be fun to do. So same thing we're going to use. Now we're going to use the sap green. We're going to do the dots. So we're going to get sap green on there. And then this other one is called Ocean. Ooh. Let's go with this Hooker's green. This is that Winsor Newton. Okay, that's pretty bright, but these are pretty bright, so let's go for it. But we're going to dilute it quite a bit, so it's not going to be so vibrant. What else do we have on here? What's this green one? Oh, that's Viridian green. Oh, sap green is what we have right now. Oh yeah, okay, that one's kind of granular. Like I've seen those before. I've never used them, but maybe that's what that is. Huh. Anyways, I want to darken it a bit, so I'm going to add a teeny little bit of that black into there just to mute it down. That's not everybody's favorite thing to do, but I do it often. Okay, so we're going to put some of those droplets in there. We're going to start with 1. So we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4. Do your drops. Let's go in with that sap green and add that in there. Okay, get your brush wet, cleaned off, all of the above, and press medium weight down. So you don't want to have too fat of a stem. And strike it about. We can go in and add a little bit more paint in there if we like. Just like so. I think that looks pretty good. We'll let that one dry. So we're going to head off and do, I do like this green a little bit more toned down. So we're going to do this one. It's going to kind of bend over, so our dots are going to be kind of bent. And you don't have to do the dots. If you're like, nope, I get the results I want with just painting it, fine. But this is just showing you that what you can do with the dots. I may not like do the dot with this one, with the stems, just because I can do like a nice smooth stem without, but it's kind of nice to just see that the different colors in there, and it just looks a little bit more realistic if you have, it's not so perfect. But the thing with tulip stems is they're pretty perfect. Excellent. I think that looks really great. What color is that? Oh, we can, okay, let's like add a little bit of that in there just for some different green. Just adding in a little bit of that ocean green. Because why not? For some reason, I just feel like I was looking flat. So I'm just going to go pick up a little bit of that. Great. That looks good. You know, considering our paint is not my favorite, these are not my favorite, I'm going to say, but they're fun. It's fun to try new things and different things and old things. Like this old paint seems to be like working out pretty good. It's fun to use, and for just practice sakes, if you're just doing practice exercises, you could go ahead and use these no problem, and it would just be great. So that's all good. Okay, so we can add a little bit of purple into these petals now. So we're gonna ditch our number 8. We're gonna get rid of that one. Oh, I want to activate these metallics. They take a while. Okay, so now we're going to use our 10-0, that really skinny small one. Aqua Elite Princeton brush. And we're going to use that violet. I think it's pretty on its own, but it does not blend well with the other colors. I think we're going to add some of that into, we're going to tone her down a bit so it's not crazy. Okay. So you can see in these tulips, it kind of, and it's not totally perfect. Like it comes up the back side, a couple dark ones off to that side, one off to that side. They're just not totally perfect. You know, every petal looks a little bit different, which is quite beautiful. So with this one, we'll do one kind of coming straight up this mid petal with this very, and we're going to push down and we're going to lift up. And then we're going to just kind of feather in some very fine lines to create that look. And then we got one kind of coming off to this side. Okay, and it doesn't have to be exact. You don't have one of these, that's fine. We're just using it as an example. Okay, I think that looks good. Now we're going to go off on this one here. We'll say, oh, we want one coming up the back side. And let's say we want another one coming kind of off to the side there. I think that looks good. And then we got this one. Let's just do a little. We're going to do the details with our Micron pen. So I think that is enough of that there. So we'll go into this one here and we can do the same thing. Do some little bit of detail in there. So we've got a nice one coming up the center, just the same. And we're going to just do some feathering with that really fine line brush. Let's say we got a little coming there. Because they do kind of go up to the tip. But only on a, oh yeah, they do. Anyways, doesn't need to be perfect. So we'll say we have another one kind of coming up here. And then let's go like so. Just really fine line and not a lot of them. We'll do that for this one. I think that's good. If you wanted to go add a little bit more detail into those stems, you could. You could take some of that darker green and kind of just go kind of down the sides of it to create a little bit of look at that shadow if you want to do. You don't have to though. We can do that with the Micron pen. No problem. Just add in a little something in there. Don't go too heavy with that color, and we're just using that small liner brush. Okay. Now we're going to add in, we're going to get rid of that liner brush, this beautiful 10-0, and we're going to get back with our 8 round brush, and we're going to add in some leaves. Now that our stems are pretty dry. And now as you can see, the leaves on tulips, they can go like taller than the tulip. They start at the bottom. Oh, I got these freaking pussy willows in there. So this one's got 3 on it, and it's, you know, like they go way up high. So we can put in just a few, and we're going to use the dots as well. Same thing, we're going to just
do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And then I'll get a little bit of that sap green. Ooh, I got lots of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do a couple on the side. Get your brush clean and dab or dried off a little bit. Not too much. We want quite a bit of water on that because we're gonna go all the way up. So we're going all the way up with this. All the way up. It can almost seem like it's poking out behind that petal. So it can be a big, big, big leaf. We're gonna have it kind of come in here. Okay, we got some dots going on. Well, fine. We'll blend those in a bit. Now we can hardly see that, and I'd like to show a little bit more of it. So I'm gonna go in with some of that sap green. And we're gonna just kind of blend it in there. Take it up a bit. That gives us a beautiful base though. I love that. And it's a little bit lighter than what the stem is, so you can kind of see that, okay, there's difference. Yeah, I love that. I think that looks great. We'll add another one on this side here, and this one's going to kind of come open up a bit more. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quite a bit of water on that brush again. And we're going to like so. Beauty. And again, we can go in and add a little bit more of that sap green. I think that looks pretty good, you guys. I love that. I'm not even going to add any more leaves. Or do we want to have one of these? No. We'll let those dry. Maybe we'll have one leaf that comes in front of the stem, but we're going to let those dry. I think it might be too much. I think I'm not going to do that. If you guys comment and want me to do another one, another tutorial of tulips, which we can do with different paint, and comment if you want to see one with the pussy willows. For this one, we're going to leave that out. We're going to leave that out of this one. Okay. Now we're going to let that dry. I might do one more leaf coming up the front a little bit, but while that dries, we can get out our metallics. And I'm going to try to use, this is going to be hard for you guys to see, the pearly white one. I think that might add just a little bit of, like, what if I added a little purple into that? Should we try it? I'm going to just move it on over here a little bit onto, is it going to be pearly? I'm just testing it out here on this. Oh, it still is pearly. So what we're adding, okay, let's roll with this. So we're adding the white, and then we're adding a little bit of violet into it. Oh, I think I've just hit a new level of exciting here. We can just like make our own color with the white. Maybe I just need to do that, order some white and then make our own colors. Okay, so it's still pearly. You guys can see that. It's hard to tell probably in the video, but it still has that oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of that metallic into just where the purple is. So just kind of like highlight it up, you know? Don't have to overdo it. But just a little something. So when somebody sees it up close, they're going to be able to see that little metallic. It's just adds a little something. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear, but my neighbor's dog is barking outside. That's a new thing for recording a video. Let's just throw on that down there. I really enjoyed these ones. I don't love the ones where I did a big one up the middle, but that's how we learn as we go. I didn't like that one very much, but all right, that's got our little bit of metallic in there. I think that's perfect for that. If you wanted to add metallic anywhere else, we just solved a big thing here. So if you got white metallic, you can do that and go add some color into that. And then you're going to get yourself, like I just added green, and then I got like metallic green, shimmery. You could probably, oh, that one's kind of reddy. That's kind of a brown, but yeah, you could add some color to those and just get like a little bit more intensity going on. Whoops. But yeah, you can use that white metallic and add some just regular watercolor paint into it, and then you get a different color. Good to know. All right, we're going to add one more little leaf coming up in front of this stem. I don't know, this could be a mess, but we're going to try it out. I'm going to put some color in there, add a little bit of that black. We want to get that quite a bit of pigment into this one because it's going to be coming up the front of it. Get a little more sap in there. So I'm just mixing up to get a nice green going on. Okay, so we're going to go off to the side a bit as well. 1, 2, this could be a mess, but we're trying it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it'll be just kind of like the tip of it. Well, I think we might have done it. And didn't make too much of a mess. We're just adding a little bit more of that top green in there. Ooh, I think that looks good. Beauty. The petals of the flowers. Okay, so again, lightly with your Micron. Not that lightly, Krista. And we're creating the look of the petals. Good enough for those. This one over here is dry, so we can come on down. We're not pressing too hard at all. Just getting that little bit of line in there. We have this leaf coming from behind. Just like so. I think that looks really pretty. We can do this one. We're going to have to stop once we get to this petal or the leaf that's here because the leaf is still wet. But we can do this. Okay. Now, you know what? I think, hey, you know what? I could use a little bit more detail into these petals. Okay, fine. So we're going to just add in a bit of detail with our Micron. If you don't feel comfortable, as I always say, don't add this in if you're not quite there yet. You don't want to make it look muddled up. If you're loving how it is, then just let it be. I think that looks good. Okay, we can add our line work to this leaf here. And if you wanted to add a little bit of, as you can see in these leaves, there's just a little bit of texture. You could go in and add some soft lines, just not a lot, because you could make it look kind of cartoony. just to show the movement in the leaf. And it's okay that you can see the other leaf coming through. I kind of like the look of that, so I'm not stressing out about it. You can see it right there. Oh, I think that looks good. That looks great. And as you guys know, I love to add a little splatter. And I almost feel this one could go without, but I want to add a little bit of that purple, metallic purple in there because it's fun and I just like that. So get your metallic purple if you have. If not, don't do it. If you're not feeling it, I understand. This is just me being kind of crazy. Oh, I'm happy I did that. I love that. Just I'm using that 10-0. If you don't have purple metallic, you could just go in, or any metallic, we'll say, you can just go in with violet. I love that. And I'm just going to do a little bit coming down. Ooh, ooh, that is pretty. Well, you guys, I'm going to stop it right then and there. There we have it. It's so pretty, you guys. I love it. So if you decide that you want to see another one in different colors or with the pussy willow added into it, just comment on this tutorial and then I will definitely do one more tulip because tulips come in all different shapes, sizes. We can do one with the background. We can play around. So if you would like to see another tutorial, definitely comment. I think I probably will do one anyways with this in there, but just comment so I know that you guys are on board with that. Or if you feel satisfied with the tulips, I could paint tulips all the time because you can do different colors, different shapes. There's the parrot ones. There's all different. We could have lots of fun, but this is a pretty beautiful basic one. So let me know in the comment section if you guys enjoyed this and if you want me to do another one with the pussy willows. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining me for that fun tulip tutorial. It was great. I had fun using the new paints and trying this out and then learning about the fact that mixing just the pearl white with any color of watercolor paint gives you whatever color of metallic you want. So that was hot tip I learned myself today as well. Anyways, it makes perfect sense. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the tutorial, of course, as always, give me a thumbs up, comment if you want to see more tulips, if you want to see the tulips with the pussy willows. I've taken some photos, so if they die on me before I get to it, I have those. And if you guys want to see the footage of me putting the paints into the pans, I will have that at the very end of this video after the thank you for watching little blip. So thank you again so much for being here, for enjoying the tutorials, and for tagging me in what you've been painting. I appreciate it so very much. We will see you guys in the next tutorial. Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off with the violet, I guess. We'll start with that because no text, no. Please don't. Because that's what I have it swatched out at. So we're just going to open it up and we're just going to squeeze from the end and we're going to fill this pan up. Maybe not right to the top, but we're going to put quite a bit of it in there. Like you can see, it's hardly used any out of the tube. These tubes will last so long. So we've got violet. Then we're going to put in our rose. This is super easy to do. This one's runny. No text. No. And then I have the sap green. And we're literally just filling up those pans. Okay, buddy, no. No. This is not a time for you to play. So I have a gap. I put indigo on my swatch, but I'm going to put the ocean green beside this sap green just to keep it in the green family here. Same thing, squeeze from the top. Load it in there. I'm just doing this quickly after work. So Tex is like, hey, you're not paying attention to me. I don't like that at all. Close her up. And then our indigo. Okay, get out of here. Oh my gosh, he's being a pain. I tried to give him treats, but that's not working. And we're going to go in with our white, the last one. Squeeze from the top so you're not squeezing it in the center, like you're getting the most value out of what's in there. Perfect. That's going to be a bit much, but that's okay. So we've got those ones all in there. It's easy, you guys can see. You could take all these out if you wanted to and fill them up that way, but I'm not doing that. I'm just filling them up in here. All right, guys, so now the next order of business with this is we're going to let these all settle. And harden. And then I'll check back in with you guys